It's time for Tastemaker Talk, the podcast for food creators who want to level up their business and make an impact in the creator economy. I'm Abby Rodriguez.
And I'm Candace Probst. We're your hosts and fellow food content creators here to dive deep into the trends, tools, and topics shaping the industry around us. There's so much to uncover, so let's talk about it. Tastemaker Talk.
Okay.
We're here.
We're here. I love to record in person.
As do I.
It's so fun.
So this is your second time.
Yes.
But you recorded in
Boise.
Yes. This is my second time
Yes.
in Kit, New York City, which is where we are today.
In Long Live. Were you in this studio?
We were in this studio.
You know they're all named after Taylor Swift songs.
Yes, I do know that.
How do we feel about that?
Okay. So I'm fine.
Exposing
I'm
Happy Fish.
fine. That's fun. That's a fun update. We don't need to unlock that today. Another time. But Taylor Swift, I have always forever said she is overrated.
Yeah.
And I think she's kind of mean. I mean, I think I've said she sucks, to quote myself, on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like my favorite thing to post. I used to be very afraid to like say my true feelings. But after she shut down Midtown, New York City, where we are in the middle of July, to get married, like who gets married at Madison Square Garden?
Like, you know, I don't know. And I am a Swiftie, and I am still a Swiftie. I'm going to stand by that because I do love her music, grew up with her music, but I'm not so deep in it that I can't recognize that she's being a little crazy.
She's a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's just like, girl, just because you can does not mean you should.
Yeah. I actually read a really interesting Substack article. Obviously, there's a lot of like think pieces about, and this is not what we're here to talk about.
That's fine. We can talk about whatever we want.
There are a lot of think pieces coming out about the wedding, obviously, which she wanted, by the way. That's part of this whole thing. Like, she knew it would be talked about, written about.
Yeah.
She wanted to feed into that.
Yes.
But someone was saying, like, this one I read was like, I'm actually not surprised at all. Like, she's always wanted to be famous. She's never had a lot of, like, grace with her money. Like, she's always been a little new money, like spendy,
flashy.
questionable taste, maybe. And then they were also like, keep in mind who she married, you guys. Like, this is a football player. No offense to football players out there. But, like, the
little
fact that
Ophi.
the fact they had an arcade and, like that was her football player husband being like, we should have an arcade
and get married in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. And she was just like, okay, that sounds fun. But anyway, all of that to say, we're in the Long Live studio.
We are. And also, I do want a side note, like, incredible businesswoman. Like, woman to woman, girl to girl, support you all the way.
Totally.
Good job. But yes, Long Live studio.
And it's great. And if you are a Kit user, I keep struggling to find my camera.
So are we like supposed to like look at the camera? Us being rookies.
What do you guys
prefer?
Is it weird?
I mean, I really love Ferris Bueller's Day Off just because. What is that called? It's got to be called something.
Well, when
film.
you break the fourth wall.
Is that what we're doing when you look at the camera?
Mm-hmm.
So where are the walls?
You acknowledge that there's an audience on the other side of the wall. So anyway, if you're a Kit user, leave my Kit ad for the day.
Yes.
You can record for free.
Yeah.
In any of their studios. And you should, because it's fun and they're lovely.
Yes. And Daniel, the production manager of the studio, is incredible and so helpful. And I love companies that are supporting creators, that are doing cool things that actually help you get to the next level, because that's a good segue into why we're even here in the first place in New York City. Is we just attended the Social Commerce Summit, which is about social commerce, obviously. And so it's interesting to be in those rooms because Candace and I, this is our my second social commerce event. And it's really interesting being in those rooms because it's a lot of the operators. It's the tech providers, SaaS companies, it's brands, and it's the platforms. And we come at it from this side of, well, what's the creator perspective? And really like looking at all these things popping up and us being here to like want to help educate our community of tastemakers is about like, how are we equipping our community of creators with the information that they need to be future-proofing their businesses, but also be like, this is what's coming down the pipeline. And you and I have talked a lot about that. Of like at Tastemaker, like how are we like keeping up with the times?
Yeah. Well, and with that, I just wanted to like pause and put a pin. What do we mean when we say social commerce? For anyone who's listening, who's like heard the term, because it's everywhere. It's what everyone's talking about, especially if you're in this industry and especially if you're a creator who's like paying attention to the bigger picture and like other verticals and stuff. You've heard it. But what does it even entail?
It's a good question because we talked about this yesterday. Like there are so many buzzwords. I mean, even creator economy, like it's not a buzzword. I think it's a great term to finally like nail down, like, are you an influencer? Are you a creator? So I think it's a good call out because this can feel very like lingo-y, the industry.
And kind of abstract too.
It is. And I think, so social commerce, the way I would describe that, it is selling products. It's like the newer, cooler sibling of like e-commerce. That is, you are selling and pushing your product via social media. So I think like then the next sub-track of that is like creator commerce, because you can have social commerce that you're using social media to sell your physical product, but like it doesn't necessarily involve creators. I mean, it'd be a huge miss if you're not using creators, but like creator commerce is that next level of like my strategy is using creators to sell products. So whether you're a CPG brand, whether you're, in consumer packaged goods is what CPG stands for. So for food people, that would be food and bev products, snacks, things like that. But even, like baby products, beauty products, all of that, like those are all consumer packaged goods that you're peddling on Amazon or wherever.
Yeah.
That would be my definition.
Yeah.
How do you understand it?
That's how I understand it as well. But it was really nice to come to this conference, which another plug, I know we say it all the time, but like being in person at an event in a room where people are there to educate you and help you better understand something so that you can implement it in your business is so helpful. I guess I'm like a very tactile learner.
You're also an educator, like by trade and skill and education.
Yeah.
Plug for Dash.
I love to be in a room and be talked at, basically. Yeah. Like, I do think what is that? What is it when someone tells you the instructions? Just like a verbal learner. I really like that. And I find it a lot easier to understand what's going on when I'm like physically with someone telling me something versus like reading about it online or even like watching a YouTube video about it. I'm not a big YouTube watcher. Personally, are you?
No, but I also think that's like a generational thing. Because
I have tons of friends who love YouTube, and I love YouTube. I love long form. Yeah. But when it comes to like learning something new, I've never been a good like online learner. Does that make a lot of sense to me?
Yeah, and that's like I agree with that. I think that there's like that human power and aspect of it, which we have thoughts about that too. But
so anyway, being in person to learn about it has been so helpful because we do like a social commerce series at Tastemaker where we have quarterly webinars about the state of social commerce and how creators and brands can be working together to help each other reach their goals, basically, and create this like symbiotic relationship.
Yes.
I always talk about that in like our marketing, which is like basically, like the hippo that has a little bird and the bird gets to sit on its back and like eat the bugs.
So are we the bird or are we the hippo?
Well, the creators are one and the brands are the other. So what are we in that equation?
I don't know.
We're the river.
I was just saying, are we the water?
We're the water.
Like, I just want to be a butterfly.
Okay, that's fine. You can be whatever you want.
I'm the butterfly that's like just floating around.
But anyway.
I'm the fish, actually.
We have the... Yes, you are the fish. We have the relationship and we do the webinars to help foster that.
Yes.
And I have kind of been in the background as we're planning the webinars being like, I'm missing something. Like, what do I not get about this?
Because that's why you came. Because I was like, Daphne, we're going to baptize you by fire. Like, if you don't understand what social commerce is by the end.
I was just like, it can't be, surely it's not that simple. I was kind of just like, it's not it can't just be like TikTok shop. That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But it kind of
is.
Like, from a fundamental, like, bird's eye view, it really is just what you said, like selling on social media.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of ways to do that.
Yes.
Which is what we learned about and talked about at the summit this week.
Yes. And I think like a big distinction about like just social selling or using social media online. And we've been saying this since
the dawn of time.
Like to date myself, I have been doing this for 17 years. I mean, I have been revisiting my personal relationship with the creator economy because I'm writing my thesis and turning it into a book and pitching that about it. And it was just like going through the story of like all of this. And it's so funny to me because the conversations that I heard on the stage at the Social Commerce Summit were like very similar to the conversations we were having 10, 15 years ago. It's just the thing that has changed is the legitimacy piece, right?
Absolutely.
Is that back then we were like hedging our bets that we think this is the way of the future because this is where everybody's hanging out. We just need some time to see how big are the platforms going to grow, what is going to be the user adoption, and what are people going to do with that. And I think, right, that's the whole thing we've been talking about just even the last 6 months to a year is this is around to stay, at least for now. With the whole AI scare, right? We were like, is it going to take our jobs? And you and I have had like really good conversations about this. That's like actually, and this was a takeaway from one of the speakers, which I would love to hear like your top takeaways because you were listening more than I was. I got sick. I don't have cyclospora, whatever the hell is happening. But, you know, side note, I was ill. Daphne held the house
I was
down.
taking note.
But like, I thought that was just a really interesting like piece of this too, as I was just sitting here listening of like this panic and fear that we all had this last 2 years of like, AI is coming for our jobs. It's like, actually, no, it's not. If anything, the platforms and these brands and these companies are scrambling to get the attention of creators. And like creators have gone whoop and have been put on like pedestal kind of because it is like where people are going and where their attention are going because when you have robots and digital things in your face thrown at you all the time, you are increasingly going to want human connection. We are wired for that. There is no way we can unwire ourselves from that. And that is a hill I will die on. And so I think we're in like a really great position for that. And I think AI is honestly like the best thing that has happened to creators now.
Hot take.
Boom.
Yeah. And I think it took some time to be able to see it that way though, because it definitely was jarring when it was like, I don't have traffic anymore.
Yeah.
No one is going to Google to like search hot cross buns, whatever recipe.
Yeah.
But I think to your point, that's okay because the mechanism is going to shift and has been shifting of how people find you and how people find your recipes and what you have to share.
The discovery layer.
Yes, but you being the authority can't be taken away and like can't be transferred to a bot.
No.
And in fact, people increasingly want to hear from a human being who has tried the recipe and who has burnt the recipe and who has a side story about going to the grocery store and like meeting I don't know. I mean, Kit, like all these things that you guys are sharing about in your content are things that naturally occur to humans.
Yes.
And that we like to hear about and like to learn about and things that like AI just would never even begin to understand and source in its results.
Yeah. Like even with agentic AI too, where it's like, oh, well, what if I have the future of a robot that looks just like me in my kitchen? I'm like, fuck that. No.
That sounds scary.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to live in that world.
Did no one watch Smart House? Come on. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
It might be more younger millennial Gen Z. The Smart House Disney Channel movie.
Oh, it's a
where
little,
like, they get it's basically AI.
They get like a bot.
And then she turns herself into like a human form. And she's like, I'm your mom now. And it's a horror movie. It's terrible.
It was on Disney?
Yes.
I mean,
the Luck of the Irish Kid is in it. What was his name?
I mean, like, I'm shocked that Disney puts out like appalling stories about families and women.
Yeah, you have hot takes about that too. We're going to trash Taylor Swift. We're going to
trash Disney.
We're going to say AI is the best thing to ever happen to creators. What other?
So if you guys don't know about me, I just like to be a contrarian and just to piss people off.
Which is fine. But the AI thing is true. And the Disney thing is true too.
But like,
watch with the close lens.
I also love Disney.
Yeah.
You know.
Anyway.
AI.
It's here to stay, but so are creators.
More importantly, creators, we got your back. Social commerce. Okay. I guess why am I drilling down the path so hard about social commerce and then being like, listen, everybody, because I think it's such a great solution to the revenue drops that creators have experienced. Like I'm always, and I think like that I will toot my own horn and just say that like, I have always had a gift for just seeing things like vision, you know, a few steps ahead or maybe quite more than that. And just like forward thinking. I think as a founder and a business operator, you have to. And who talked about that? Who was on the stage? It was Nina Corey.
I don't think I was there.
Yes, you were. Skins.
Oh, I thought you meant the tastemaker stage.
I'm sorry. Like, Nina, we'd love to have you on the tastemaker stage.
I know.
On the stage yesterday at the event.
I loved that conversation. That was one of my favorites. And I was going to also ask you about your favorites.
Yeah.
But what were you going to say about?
So she's talking about that. She's like, the biggest thing, and sorry, I'm so tangenty, rambly. This is why recording in person is like insane for me because I will literally talk for 5 hours straight all over the place. I promise I have a point. She was talking about like being present as a founder and just like, and I say like that to our tastemaker audience because you're all founders. You're all these media companies that are growing. Treat yourself. If you don't already treat yourself like that, which I'm sure many of you do, immediately start telling yourself that and behaving in that way.
And using that language.
Yes.
Like refer to yourself as a founder.
Yes.
When people ask you what you do.
Yeah. I am a founder I'm a creator. I have a media company. I'm growing, all those things. But she was saying like being present because I think sometimes as that we get so caught up in thinking about the future so much. And it's such an important skill to have. And so I was saying like, I think that's something that I do well, but then the goal is you bring it back into the here and now. Yeah. And the here and now is social commerce. And so like, I do see this as an opportunity for our creators to be leveraging that, learn about it, start getting on with live shopping. Like Meta also just announced from the stage their head of disruption. That's literally in her title. I can't remember the other
such
part.
A cool title.
Her name's Laura Tabano, with their drop at Cannes Lions is it Lion or Lions?
It's Lions, I believe.
Lions.
Where's our fact checker?
I don't know. She was saying that they announced this on the stage there of like a live shopping component, which is basically a competitor to TikTok Shop and really putting resources behind that. Right. And so when platforms are putting all these resources behind things and having creator marketplaces and being the matchmakers and all that, it's because that's like a way for you to make money. And majority of our tastemakers already have these incredible audiences and the resources are being built. And we want to make sure that we are educating ourselves and are part of the conversation helping inform it so that you can continue to have worthwhile.
Straight to camera. Yes. And with that, I will also say we heard a lot about from all the different platform representatives. Like you said, Meta was at this conference. Someone from TikTok was at this conference. Someone from Snapchat. Someone from, who am I missing?
Wait, did you say Amazon?
Amazon. Yeah. Amazon. I haven't said that one. Like all of these platforms are rolling out some sort of creator marketplace, some sort of creator hub. They're wanting to pay creators for exclusivity. Do we know if that's part of the deal? I feel like one of them was talking about exclusivity. Who am I thinking of?
Who was talking about that?
Where it was like, just pay your creators to only post for you. And my response to that is I hope they have enough budget to pay creators
so
for that exclusivity.
Where my opinionated hairs were being raised. So I think it was Nick Sharma of Sharma Brands and Dylan Ander, author, founder of $1 billion websites. They were on the stage talking about that. And I do believe it was Nick who was talking about that. If it wasn't, sorry, we misquoted you, Nick, about getting exclusivity, because he was talking about like using creators as like a brute force to really amplify your product.
Yeah.
But I think like, hang on. Okay, I'm going to finish this thought because I feel like there's a deeper thought with that. Of if you get like this group of creators to really support your product and launch it into the world, they were saying that's like, oh, we are asking for exclusivity. And the way you're going to make money is if you make sales and you get commission.
Exactly.
But they didn't sound like they're also paying you for exclusivity, which raises serious alarm bells in my mind as advocates for creators, because this is what happens in big tech and capitalism in general. Big tech capitalism is all these companies, these tech bros come in and then just extract and exploit
the creative
resource.
Force.
Yeah. And like that includes people. And like, no, like you still, yes, you need to be able to perform and have your content convert, and you will be rewarded for that through commission and whatnot. And there are benchmarks that are attached to that. But if you are asking somebody for exclusivity, you damn well better be paying them an exclusivity fee, like full stop.
Period. And that's also why it's important that we are in these rooms.
Yes.
And that creators are in these rooms. Like if someone wants to go to a conference in the future, you absolutely belong there.
Yes.
Because that's the piece you were talking about of the puzzle that often in these brand focused events or conversations, meeting rooms is missing.
Yeah.
Because the creator is the one doing the footwork.
Correct.
And the creator is the one with the audience.
Yes.
And without the creator, what they are paying you for is access to your audience.
Yep.
Essentially.
Yep.
So that's another reason why it's super important to cultivate trust.
You said
that
it.
$1 million word.
We're going to make shot glasses that say trust and authenticity and have a drinking game.
Trust about 7 billion times
Yeah.
at this event, because it's like the buzzword right now of like, yeah, trust.
Yeah.
But I do think creators, if you can build trust, which was the other buzzword,
authenticity
with your audience, like that's what they're paying you for.
Yes.
And a really good way to do that is through a website and an email list, not just social media.
Yes. And I do think like that's our goal here, right? At Tastemaker, they think that we're really working on is we evolve and grow to support this new level of business that creators are setting themselves up for. And like our own business too, is like this bridge between, it doesn't have to be, I'm only a social first creator and it's all social commerce, right? Which I think in these rooms, sometimes it can feel like we're chasing the next big thing and don't want to be left behind. But it's also like the other piece of there's so much leverage that still exists for owned lists and an owned audience platform through a website that I think is like just so crucial. So if we can have both of those and we can be that bridge to connect that, I love your point that it's like you absolutely need creators in the room who can be giving that real-time feedback.
Because it's your work, making them money. And there's a lot of money to be made, I will say.
Yeah.
Like, people are investing in this.
And that's so exciting. I'm so excited about that.
Same.
Like, it just makes me so very, very happy that, like, the legitimacy work that we've painstakingly put in all these years, all of our tastemakers, you know, it's like, we did it. It's exciting. Like, Time just released their second Creator 100 list, and there were amazing food creators on there. And just the fact that Time, a huge media institution, recognized that creators are their equal and should be seen as collaborators because of media is adjusting and decentralizing. Like, I just care so much about that. And like, that's kind of the main thesis of my work now is like, let's talk about the power dynamics within the creator economy and how are we advocating and supporting our people, especially as it grows and it gets bigger. Yeah, it's just so exciting and so big and it's dizzying and but we're here to have your back and like grow together. And that's so exciting.
Right. Okay. Last quick question about the Social Commerce Summit. One thing that you might do differently or think about differently after attending.
You know what? I think my big takeaway, I haven't really had time to sit down and think about that. That's a fantastic question.
It was a whirlwind. It's a one-day event, and man, did they pack in the content.
Yeah.
They had a lot of speakers.
There was a
They had a
lot.
lot of speakers and a lot of people on that stage. So there was a lot to process.
I think my big aha moment was really understanding like our place, the tastemaker and creators, like in the ecosystem of there are going to be a lot of events popping up about this and a lot more chatter. And I think sometimes when things become really saturated, overwhelm kicks in and it's like, where do I go? Where do I stay? Where do I learn? And just how important it is, I think, to simplify our message and really understand, like, what are we doing here? Like, what is our mission and our purpose now? And I think, like, our brand values, community, education, experience are solid and can, like, stand the test of time. It's just understanding, like, hey, what does that look like now? And I think, like, again, to the whole point of it really is important, like the in-person aspect, like so many people that are seeing the cutting edge and like what's next on that stage where like your in-person experiences are like everything.
Yeah.
And that's what we,
a lot.
yeah. And like, that's what we built Tastemaker on. And like, we've all understood that already. And so I think like it's simplifying and just like, coming back to like your why.
Yeah. Love it.
What about you?
Snaps. Oh, what am I going to do differently? Or what
oh
am
my
I
gosh, I
going
didn't even
to...
answer that question right.
No, you did.
I'm not doing anything differently.
We're going to stick with what we've been doing.
Yeah, honestly, that's the answer.
Yeah, I think, well, I'm going to see. Don't ask questions you don't want
I
to
know,
answer.
but like, okay, let me phrase it like this.
Okay.
What is something that about social commerce that was completely abstract before that now makes sense to you that you want to implement into Tastemaker and what we're doing?
Gotcha. I think what was abstract to me was like, where is this all happening? Like, so we're selling things. Where? How? And the answer is everywhere.
Like, not make matters harder.
No, I think like services like Shopify, Like to Know It, all of these places that are helping creators, also acting kind of as a bridge between the creator and
like the affiliate
company. Yeah, that was helpful to distill and be like, okay, so people are selling. How are they doing it? Through these platforms and through like affiliate commission and stuff. And I think what I'm going to use or how I'm going to use that in Tastemaker is as we continue to develop the social commerce series, I just have a much clearer vision of who I want to talk to our audience.
Yeah.
Like who is really good at distilling this information and helping it become tangible and like practical.
Yeah.
And then like what I think creators need to know about search and about platforms and about...
Which that was exciting, your call out of like our SEO dude that was on the stage yesterday.
Which you said his name, Dylan. He was part of that
conversation. Oh, that was him?
Well. Yeah.
Nice.
I think SEO, that would be my biggest takeaway. I don't know if that's going to make me do anything different, but we've talked so much about SEO versus GEO.
So much.
For the last year. We've been like, okay, so are we writing for chat bots now? Yeah. Like, what's the recommendation? And kind of what's our official recommendation to our creators?
Yeah.
And I think I loved... He had a slide that literally just said, like, if you're not ranking on Google, how the hell do you expect ChatGPT to pull you? And so I think that was reassuring, especially for our creators who have a lot of SEO, like good SEO strategies in place. Yeah. And they've been like so nervous.
Yeah,
because
like
they
all
don't
this work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So keep good SEO, which Andrew said this in his webinar, the Bot Appetit webinar. Yeah. We'll hear from Casey Marquis soon, probably by the time this is out.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they'll say the same thing, which is that like good SEO health and strategies are only going to make you stronger, even if GEO like becomes the new like whatever.
So what I'm hearing you say is all this amazing foundational groundwork that food bloggers have historically put in, you have a huge competitive advantage.
Yes.
Congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations. And again, back to the humanness of it all too. Like not only you're smarter than the robots. Let's just put it that way.
Absolutely.
Like not only do you have years 4 months or however long you've been doing it of like good practice behind the scenes in the back end, but you're also a real freaking person.
You have a heart and a soul.
Yeah.
And a
imagine
brain.
that. AI could never.
Could never.
No, but it was good. I was glad to be here and glad we got to talk about it.
Me too.
Anything else that we haven't touched on?
I feel like we covered a lot of ground.
I know. I feel like I haven't breathed.
Sorry. That's what happens when you get in a conversation with me. I have an
love
effect
it.
on things, on people.
I love it. My brain's just going a million miles a minute. So that was the SEO. Nope. That's not what it was called.
Social commerce.
Social commerce. That was a social commerce summit.
What's the best coffee you had while you were here?
Oh, well, I've only had 2 so far. I think yesterday's was the best.
Tiny Dancer.
It was really cute.
Plug for their show
Yeah.
off Broadway. It's called Stalin the Musical.
Yeah.
And it's like a satirical production against authoritarian power. So fun stuff.
Check that out if you're interested in
Go
that.
check that out. That was fun.
I liked my coffee. I liked the coffee shop itself. They were playing Hamilton, so like right at home
So
for
good.
me.
So good. It's been so much fun.
Yeah. So that's a wrap. And I will say they have more this year. Their next one is in Salt Lake. So I'm hoping to go to that one because I'm Salt Lake based.
Yes.
So I'll probably be there. And anyone else who's local or nearby, I would highly encourage apply for the industry pass.
Yep.
Like they want you in the room as well.
Yeah.
And so
we're having conversations with their event producers of, and the people running their company. They're wanting that feedback of like what's missing. So let's get in there, help continue to build this.
Yeah. I'll include a link to, I think the tickets for that one are already open. It's in September. Yeah. So I'll include a link in the show notes or like our producer will. Whoever that is. Okay, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Thanks for chatting.
It was so fun.
Thanks for listening to Tastemaker Talk. If you enjoyed this episode, let us know by leaving a review, giving us a rating, or sharing it with your creator friends. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. You can find more from us on our website, tastemakerconference.com, or even join us for an event where we learn and grow as a community of creatives. The conversation doesn't stop here. Talk soon.